Hey, staffingpreneur. Today we are talking about starting a staffing business in the state of Texas. That's right. I'm talking about San Antonio. I'm talking about Dallas. I'm talking about Houston. I'm talking about Austin. Are you fired up? Okay. If you are thinking about starting a staffing business in the state of Texas, this video is for you. So I want you to stick around because we're about to dive into it. But while you're waiting, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Let's get in. I know you feel that fire because today we are talking about starting a staffing agency business in the state of Texas. That's right. And it all starts with an idea. I mean, think of all the people you can impact, the lives, the families. I want you to understand that you will be living in your purpose when you take this idea of starting a staffing agency in Texas and making it real. Now, you might be asking, why is Texas one of the best markets to start a staffing agency business today? I'm glad you asked. I am more than happy to tell you because let me tell you, Texas was named the State of the Year for 2023 by Business Facilities Magazine, citing its strong job market, low taxes, and business-friendly regulations. And the population is over 30.5 million. Texas is the second most populous state in the U.S., trailing only California, and home to a thriving economy with a diverse range of industries. This is where you want to be to set up your niche recruitment and staffing business. Now, the estimated number of businesses in the state of Texas is around 6.7 million. Did you hear me? 6.7 million businesses. Do you see the opportunity already coming before you? 6.7 million opportunities at least. Hello. This is why Texas is where you want and need to be when you're talking about starting and growing and scaling your very own niche recruitment and staffing business. Okay, so listen. In fact, in 2023, Texas had a total of 638,183 employer establishments and a total employment of 10.7, almost 10.8 million people. Let's go, Texas. That's what I'm talking about. This is a thriving economy. I'm not going to stop talking about it because this is one of the best places in the country to start a niche staffing business. Now, according to the U.S. Small Business Association, Texas small businesses employ 45.1% of the private workforce, which is approximately 4.9 million people. And there are 2.8 million small businesses in Texas, accounting for 99.8% of all businesses in the state. So Texas is definitely pro small business. All right. Now, the gross state product of Texas in 2023 reached 1.9 trillion, with businesses in Texas employing a total of 13 million people. Additionally, the workforce in Texas hit an all-time high of 15.1 million in 2023. Listen. In the U.S. pre-pandemic, there were about 25,000 staffing and recruiting companies, which altogether operated around 49,000 offices. Texas has an estimated number of 3,470 offices and 292,100 temporary contract workers working each week on average, an annual employment of 1.5 million, and annual payroll of 12.2 billion. This is a thriving industry, not just economically for Texas as a whole, but as you can see, staffing agencies are now still thriving in Texas. So this is a great outlook. Now, about new business growth, there was a report by Yelp that found that more than 50,000 new businesses opened in Texas in the first 7 months of 2023. And the state was among the top 5 states for new business growth. How phenomenal is that? So I guess you can say it's safe to say that Texas remains a vibrant and growing business hub with millions of businesses contributing to this beautiful state's economy. Now, let's talk about the top industries in the state of Texas, okay? Because knowing which industries are thriving is what's going to give you perspective around where you want to be and where you want to start with your niche recruitment and staffing business. So let's first start off with oil and gas. Texas is a major hub for the oil and gas industry with significant revenue generated from gasoline and petroleum wholesaling, oil drilling, gas extraction, and petroleum refining. Way above what I got going on over here, let me tell you. But they also are popping in the advanced manufacturing space. The state has a strong presence in advanced manufacturing, contributing to its economic growth and job creation. And finally, we can't forget about aerospace, aviation, and defense, because Texas is a key player in the aerospace, aviation, and defense sectors, attracting companies and contributing to technological advancements. But let's get into that biotechnology and life sciences, right? Because the state has seen growth in the biotechnology and life science industries, with companies driving innovation and creating employment opportunities. So crazy, right? I mean, awesome crazy, right? And then also information technology. The state has experienced rapid growth in technology, hardware, and software firms, attracting businesses and contributing to employment. Look, we just getting started. And then you already know we got to talk about healthcare. The healthcare industry is a major player in Texas, with a range of hospitals, clinics, and research institutions contributing to its success. Texas is a thriving place to start a staffing business. Now let's talk about energy, because apart from oil and gas, Texas has a diverse energy sector, including renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power. What about construction? Because the construction industry is one of the largest and fastest growing in Texas, with a significant number of people employed in this sector. And then finally, the financial services industry. The financial services industry is a significant employer in Texas, contributing to the state's economy. Are you interested in any of these areas as an industry for you to start your staffing business? Oil and gas, advanced manufacturing, aerospace, aviation, and defense, biotechnology and life sciences, information technology, healthcare, energy, construction, or financial services? Because if you are, let me tell you, these are the spaces that are thriving in that Texas area. But now that we understand what industries are hot in the state of Texas, let's talk about the top industries in the state of Texas to actually start a staffing agency business. That's right. Advanced manufacturing. Texas has a strong presence in advanced manufacturing, making it an ideal industry for staffing agencies to provide recruitment services for skilled workers in this sector. Information technology. Texas has experienced rapid growth in technology, hardware, and software firms, making it a promising industry for staffing agencies to offer recruitment services for IT professionals. Then let's talk about corporate services. This sector encompasses a wide range of business support services, presenting opportunities for staffing agencies to provide talent acquisition and workforce solutions for various corporate functions. Are you in any of these spaces? Comment below and let me know. Are any one of these areas where industries are where you are going to start your staffing business in Texas? Let's keep going. Aerospace, aviation, and defense. That's right. The aerospace, aviation, and defense sectors in Texas offer opportunities for staffing agencies to cater to the specialized workforce needs of companies operating in these industries. And then energy. Again, we're back at that word energy. The energy industry has this very diverse sector. It includes oil and gas as well as renewable energy, and staffing agencies can find opportunities to provide workforce solutions for companies in the energy industry. And then I just want to let you know that in Texas, the healthcare industry is a major player in Texas, with the most hospitals of any state and employs the second most healthcare workers nationwide. Wow. The healthcare industry in Texas is a job creation machine with a significant economic impact on the state. The state's healthcare industry is the most robust in the nation, but this is not translated to better outcomes for its citizens, better healthcare outcomes for its citizens. So Texas is large, it has all of these things, but they're not having better outcomes with their patients. So that's a major issue. And then the healthcare industry in Texas is diverse, it's growing, it's innovative, and its economic impact is significant, representing about 15% of the regional economy, or $52 billion, according to the Dallas Regional Chamber. And I'll tell you, I work with a lot of nurses in Texas. I work with a lot of staffingpreneurs who are looking to do business in Texas that are in the healthcare space. And I always get so fired up because one of the two people come my way. They're either people who are in and have a network and are ready to really tap into that network and bring this business to life, or they don't have a network and they're attempting to create a network. Both are doable. It just depends on who you are, what your energy is about, and what you see as a vision for yourself for your staffing business. But let's talk about nurses. There's a significant need for nurses in Texas. Texas has the second largest registered nurse workforce in the country, with a growing demand for nurses at all levels, including advanced practice registered nurses. The job outlook for nurses in Texas is strong, with salaries increasing at a faster rate due to the growing demand for nurses. So nurses are needed. Nurses are needed. And I'm going to just say this for all my people who are sitting here thinking about nurses. Just because Texas is has the second largest registered nurse workforce in the country, that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy to get into these facilities and get these nurses to work. For some of you, I have clients who are in other states that don't even live in Texas, and their whole business is built around Texas staffing and nursing, right? But I also have clients that are in Texas and are having a hard time penetrating the market. What I'm going to tell you is this. You've got to have a certain type of energy, and I'm not talking about the energy industry. I'm talking about you've got to carry a certain type of energy, and you have to have a knowing that this is for you. You've also got to be willing to put in the work to make these things happen. For some reason, people come into this business thinking that all they have to do is to say, hey, I'm available for staff. Now hire me and make me your staffing company. And that's just crazy insane. Right? It takes time. It takes a relationship building process. And the reason that I reach out to nurses specifically is because nurses know nurses, right? I reach out to DONs because DONs know nurses. I reach out to people who already have established networks of nurses. Here, you got to let me know, are nurses the niche market that's for you? Let me know in the comments. And if you are doing nurses, what type of nurses are you doing? Let me know in the comment. Let's talk about it. And if it's about energy, what type of energy are you carrying? Let's talk about it in the comment. But listen, let's talk about it. Okay, but I'm not done yet. Hold on. I just wanted to tell you about healthcare a little bit more, because we talked about the nurses and how they make about $78,000 a year in Texas, right? With the second largest registered nurse are in workforce. But cardiologists in Texas make around $400,000 a year. I have very few people calling me saying, Dee, I'm going to start a cardiologist staffing business, or I'm going to start an ophthalmist staffing business. I'm sure I said that incorrectly. That make $300,000 a year. Or I'm going to place surgeons at $380,000 a year. Or I'm going to place executives as an executive search firm, because most of them are around $230,000 and above. Or I'm going to place petroleum engineers. I know a lot of petroleum engineers. That's what I'm just saying. I'm you, right? And I'm going to, they make around $137,000 a year. I'm going to place those folks. Nurse anesthesiologists. Hey, they make around $190,000 a year in Texas. Do you know any nurse anesthesiologists? And if you don't, do you believe you can build a network of them? Do you believe you can build a network of them? What about oral surgeons? What about dentists? What about pilots? My son wants to be a pilot. I don't know if he knows he can make this much a year, but I need to call him and tell him. Obstetricians and gynecologists. What about them? Do you have a network of them? Do you believe you can create a network of them in Texas? What about family general practitioners? What about psychiatrists, marketing managers, sales managers in Texas? Do you know financial managers? Do you know lawyers in Texas? If you know lawyers in Texas, this could be a great business model for you. What about IT managers, architectural and engineering managers? What about computer and information systems managers? All of these are the hottest jobs that are open in Texas right now. The hottest jobs that are open in Texas. All of these are the hottest jobs that are open in Texas right now. Where do you fit in to this puzzle? Where do you have a network? Where can you establish a network? You can feel strong and confident knowing, Dee, I can establish a network of psychiatrists. I can establish a network of sales managers. I can establish a network of surgeons. I know a whole bunch of surgeons, Dee. Listen, dentists, that's right up my alley. I know them all day, every day. Dee, nurses, I got that on lock. I'm getting ready to take Texas over. I got that on lock. Where do you have your network? Listen, do me a favor. If you found this information valuable, I want you to share this video. I want someone that you feel like, I know that they know a whole bunch of people and this could benefit them. I want you to like this video because I'm giving you some dope information. Oh my gosh. Like it right now. Like. I want to see those likes go up. And then finally, I want you to subscribe. I have over 1 million views on this channel. I'm looking to get 1 million followers. So I want you to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now if you have not. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you don't miss out on anything. And then finally, please do me a favor and comment. I want to hear from you. Where are you starting your staffing business in Texas and in what niche market? And then I also want you to tell me what roles. Stop the video right now. What roles are you thinking about filling and are you fired up about filling those roles? Listen, we are talking about why Texas is not one of the safest, most vibrant, most growing business hubs in the country, to build a niche recruitment and staffing business. We're talking about why Texas is one of the best markets to start a staffing agency today. All right, so let's get into it. Hi, my name is Dee Williams, and today we are talking about how to start a staffing agency business in Texas. This is a step-by-step guide for beginners. I hope you're fired up. Let's dive into it. Step 1, get your funds right. Okay, you need funds to start this business. You cannot start this business with $0. Okay, that is not possible. If it was, everyone would have a staffing business and they would be thriving. But that's not the case. So be realistic. You cannot start this business with $0. You need capital. You need at least $15,000, if not 30 minimum. Okay, we're in 2024. Things are changing. All right. And I will tell you that you don't need it all at once, but you're definitely going to need it within a 3-month time period and maybe to last you over a 6-month time period. You need funds. Get your funds right. Step 2, define your schedule. Listen, time is money. You're going to need to be able to set time aside on a daily basis to truly set up and run your niche recruitment and staffing agency business. You need at least 24 hours in a week to set up your staffing business. That's part-time. If you can acquire full-time hours, you're doing better. But part-time, at least 24 hours. How much time do you need? At least 24 hours in a week. Are you ready to invest 24 hours a week in your business, building your legacy, working for yourself versus spending 40 hours struggling for someone else? Would you not rather put that struggle or that grind in for yourself, at least initially, to get the business set up and off the ground? I think so. Yes. All right. Step 3, define your niche market. Now listen, you're going to need to know who, how, where, and what to say and do in your business. And it all starts here. There is research and there's the right research. Most people do research and they spend a lot of time. I apologize. Oh my God, let me rephrase that. They waste a lot of time doing research that doesn't amount to the things that they need it to amount to actually set the business up and kick it off the right way. Understanding your market and how you can support them is of utmost importance. You do not want to get to the point where your agency is up and you're saying, okay, so who do I reach out to? Most rookies reach out to HR. I said it. Most rookies reach out to HR. They think, if I'm starting a staffing business, I'm supposed to reach out to HR. So 1989. That means that you do not know your market and you have not done your proper research. And you definitely need to call Dee Williams in this moment. Okay? Step 4, choose a business name. Now, people call me every day and I say, hey, let me hear a little bit about your staffing business, your vision. and they say, yes, I got my name, I got my LLC, I've legalized the business, I've done all of those things without talking to a coach, mind you, right? And I'm like, okay, great. What's your business name? ABC Staffing, LLC Staffing, Staffing LLC. I mean, all of these things. And I'm like, But listen, choosing the name for your business is like naming your firstborn child for some people. And there are a few rules to naming your business. It does not have to have a meaning. It does not have to be literal. You can make up a word and try not to make it too long. I will say the biggest rule is do not put the word staffing in your business name. Now, you wouldn't know not to do that if you didn't have a coach who wasn't in the market space, wasn't in tune with what's going on. I said it, I'm feeling myself right now, but it is what it is. I'm going to state facts right now, right? If someone is telling you to put staffing in your business name, run right now. That means that they're definitely not looking out for you on any level. Now, you might be sitting there saying, Dee, why shouldn't I put staffing in my name? Why don't you call me and find out? I typically tell people when I talk to them on the phone, there's a very specific reason. Rookies put staffing in their business name. And listen, if you already have staffing in your business name, I'm not telling you to go out and change your name without you understanding why. So do me a favor, pick up the phone, call me 866-432-8801. Ask me, why should I not put staffing in my business name? Ask me, Dee, should I change my business name? And then the third thing you should ask me is, how else can you support me? What else am I missing? What else is it that I don't understand or that I don't know? Because the reality is that you don't know what you don't know, right? And so when you put staffing in your business name, I'll tell you right now, you position yourself a step behind everyone who does not have staffing in their business name. And you can come up with all your reasons. I'm going to sit here and let you drool on it because that's who Dee Williams is and that's what we're going to do. And because I really want you to call in here, I really want you to schedule an appointment. I really want you to come in so that you can do things the proper way. Choosing a name for your business does not have to be a daunting process, but you do have to follow the rules that are involved in naming your business. Now, step 5, make sure the name is available. You do not want to use a name that everyone has. Most people are like, ABC Staffing again. You do not want to use a name that everyone has. When choosing a name for your business, it's important to check the state. You want to make sure it's available in your state. You want to make sure that go to GoDaddy. You want to make sure the domain is available, the .com. Please stop using .org. If you're not a nonprofit, do not put .org on the back of your name. When I see staffing agencies that have .org on the back of their name and their staffing agency business has nothing to do with the nonprofit world, rookie move. Rookie move. I said it. That means that you did not have the direction that you needed. You made a decision without having the knowledge. You did not know what you did not know. And now you're walking around and any person in business is going to look at that domain and say, what nonprofit are you? What foundation are you associated with? What nonprofit are you associated with? What church are you with? They're all going to say that. So rookie move, right? You have to make sure that the name is available in the state, GoDaddy, and then Google. You also need to check Google. If 80 million people have your domain name, or have your name rather, then when someone is going in to find you, you're going to fall in under a sea of all the other people who sound and look like you. So being able to understand that searching the state, GoDaddy, and Google will give you perspective on who you are in the marketplace and how you'll be seen as a brand and how you'll be found as a brand as well. Step 6, grab your hosting and domain. Listen, now that you've got a name, it's yours, it belongs to you. It's time to start bringing your business baby to life. Okay, listen, you're going to go to GoDaddy.com, grab your WordPress hosting, and get a free domain there. I would love to see you in a .com. If you're going to get a .net, know that whoever got the .com is going to get the majority of the traffic. If you have anything other than a .com, know that other people are going to probably get that traffic immediately. But I would take a moment to educate yourself. There are many different domains, domain types, and you want a domain type that's going to resonate with your business model. Very, very, very important, okay? Now, .com, .net, .co, .io. Those are all domains that I see that work very, very, very well. Again, if you are not a nonprofit, you're not a church, you are not associating yourself with them, if you are not a foundational institute, you should not have .org on the back of your domain. I don't think you even see it on this list here. So just keep that in mind. Step 7, get your business address now. Do you want to work in a physical office or will you be running your business remotely? I'm not sure. Either way, location is everything. And one of the things that I want to tell you is a lot of people make rookie moves here. Again, I'm telling you, this is why you need to be calling me. This is why you need to be booking an appointment right now. Because most people, especially if they're going remote, they're getting their address, or if they have a physical office, they're doing that in a space where it's convenient for them. But what they're not doing is they're not saying, okay, my market is here, and so I'm going to go and find an address where my market is, so that when I go pick my mail up, so that when I want to go to lunch near my office, I'm in a vicinity where I can be on an elevator and accidentally meet my hiring manager. I could be on an elevator, walk into the door, opening the door up for my candidate, right? I can connect with people who can connect me to the people that I need and want to do business with. Your business address should be in a district, in a space where your niche market is located. If you just went on a map and bing, okay, that's where my address is going to be. Wrong. If you said, okay, I'm going to get an address over there because it's cheap. Wrong. Doesn't benefit you. But if you said, okay, I'm in healthcare, and in the state of Texas, the healthcare district is whatever. Okay, I'm going to go look for shared workspaces there. Right? Or I'm going to go look for office space there. Then, and only then, will I say, you're doing an amazing job in this area. Don't make rookie moves. Come see me. Step 8, legalize your business. Now you can do that, okay? Texas is a leading job creator in the country and has the second largest state economy. In Texas, staffing agencies are regulated by the Texas Workforce Commission. And to operate a staffing agency, you've got to register your business with the Texas Secretary of State, okay? You're then going to go and obtain a sales tax permit, and then you're going to register for an unemployment tax account, okay? So these are things that you want to do with your staffing business. Next, you're going to obtain a surety bond. You're going to set up your E-Verify account, and you're going to get your federal identification number, your EIN, right? And that's how you're going to go and legalize the business. Now, please do not be a rookie and go and do this first, right? I've put this thing in steps for a reason, right? And I will tell you that here, even at this state, you're going to probably want to call me, book an appointment with me so that we can have a conversation about what that takes. But many of you are going to go out there and do this on your own. You're going to say, duh, Dee, I don't need you. I'm going to do this on my own. Thank you for the information. Peace out and bye-bye. And I'm going to be here to tell you, it don't work like that. Okay, so get some help and with the things that you need so that you can set the business up the right way. Step 9, develop your business plan. You cannot start a business without a strong plan of action and expect for it to make money. Your business plan will provide you with the direction you need to gain market share. Now, in this space, I see everyone freaking out. Oh my gosh, I need a business plan. They get a business plan from our website at recruitmentstore.com. We have an e-commerce store, or they get it from somewhere and they feel like, okay, I've got to follow this business plan format. I'm here to tell you, if that format drives you crazy, create your own format. I just want you to have a plan, okay? There's not one entrepreneur that's running $1 billion business right now that did not sit down from the moment that they opened up their business and said, okay, what's my strategy? What's my plan? How am I going to take market share? Do you think that Google, I don't know if y'all remember this. I feel like I'm dating myself, like, oh my gosh, but when Google came out, Netscape, AOL, all of them, Yahoo, they were dominating the market. Google started out in their garage or whatever, I don't know. And they came in, and now all of those other players are either gone, have been acquired, or are sitting in the back end as a number second, number third, or number fourth. and Google stands strong, do you think they were able to take that market share without having a strategy? It baffles me how many people come to me and say, Dee, my business doesn't work. I'll say, okay, what's the plan? What's your strategy? And they're like, I don't have one. I mean, that's why I'm calling you. No, if you're going to do this business, you got to sit down and have a plan. Then you need to call me and say, does this plan even seem viable? Have you seen it work? Do you think it can work? Right? That's what I'm here for. But you've got to have a plan, and you've got to have a serious one. And when we're talking about strategy and business plans, we're talking about getting into the money, honey. That's right. Listen, if we can't talk about money, then we can't talk about strategy, and vice versa, because they absolutely go together. And so let's talk about how much money you can make in your recruitment and staffing business in the state of Texas. We started out talking about nurses. So let's start talking about nurses. You know that the market is shifting. Some places want nurses around $76,800 a year, which is the salary for a nurse. If you charge a direct hire fee of 20%, which is the industry standard, your company makes $15,360. Tell me, can you use an additional $15,360 right now? I don't know if you can, but if you can, this sounds great. Now, let's say you have a nurse that makes a little bit above average. Let's say around $80,000 a year. All right. And now, and you're charging a 20% fee, industry standard for a direct hire placement. Now your staffing agency makes $16,000 as a placement fee. If you place one nurse every month at $76,000 and charge 20%, one nurse every month at $80,000 charging 20%, you would make $376,000 for the year. That's placing 2 people a month for 12 months. You would make $376,320 for the year. Tell me, can you use an additional $376,320 this year? Let's talk about it. Now, let's get into this. Let's take this a step further. We can't even just talk about just nurses, right? Because in the direct hire space, because nurses also are placed on a contractual space, they're placed per diem, they're placed travel, right? And so they have an hourly rate that's associated with them as well. If a nurse is making $76,000, let's see, if a nurse is making $76,800, let's go to Google. Let's go to Google. So $76,800 is what hourly? $39.92. So $39.92. There we are. So we're going to add that $39.92 in Texas for nurses. You put a nurse in $39.92. And you charge the client a 65% markup in this particular example. And you're going to bill your client $65. You're going to pay for the candidate. You're going to pay to employ the candidate roughly $9, $10 an hour. And to hire the candidate as whole, it's going to cost about $49. You will only have $16.39 an hour left over to play with to be able to really bring your staffing agency to life. But don't worry, because you will be able, just with one person on billing, that's an additional $655.49 a week, to give you an opportunity to go in and start looking for someone that you can hire, and to start increasing your level of technology and automation so that you can find more great talent, so that you can put at least 5 people on billing. Because with 5 people on billing, you're doing roughly $3,000 a week and $170,000 a year. Well, now you're having an opportunity to really increase your efforts. You're able to really create your differentiator. And now you have about 25 people on billing. Wow, you're doing it. Can you see it? Woo! Can you see that vision? You're doing it. Now you're at about $852,000 a year, $16,000 a week. But look at this. You do that with the 376 direct hire placements, and you have yourself $1 million staffing business. Wow, not bad, huh? Not bad at all. This is your lower numbers. This is your minimum numbers in Texas based on what we saw. I mean, we can take this thing up a step higher because we also mentioned one of the most highest paid positions in Texas are cardiologists. So if you were placing cardiologists around $400,000 a year, your checks are $80,000 per cardiologist. You place one at 400, and let's say you place one at 350, right? A month. You've made 1.8 and you have not even put them on billing yet. They're not even on billing. Oh my gosh. I know you're shaking your head over there. I know you're going crazy right now, right? Let's look at that. 400,000 is what hourly? 400,000 is what hourly? That's $192 an hour, okay? So let's go down and play with that number a little bit. Let's play with that 192 an hour. So you place one cardiologist on billing. You keep him at a facility. Ooh, Dee, did you actually do that rookie move? You keep him on facility. You bill your client $316 an hour. Now you are making $78 an hour roughly. That's $3,000 a week. That's $160 a year if you can keep that person on billing all year. But we're shooting for 5. You put 5 cardiologists on billing. You've already hit your $1 million mark. Trust and believe. You feel me? Okay. But let's say you get your 25. Woo! Now you're talking about a $4 million, almost $5 million, $6 million staffing business only placing cardiologists. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? How many cardiologists do you know? How many surgeons do you know? How many executives do you know? We'll do one more. Executives, chief executive officers in Texas, $230,000 a year is the going rate. Let's say we have one at 230 and then we have one at 250. Okay? So now you're getting $46,000 to $50,000 checks. You've got a $1.1 million staffing business. We're not even talking about staffing below, but let's see what $230,000 a year is hourly. $230,000 a year hourly. That is 110.58. So let's just say 111. See, that's a great number. That's a great number. All right. So we're talking about putting one interim executive. That's what they call them. Interim executives on billing for $111 an hour. You'll bill the employer $183 an hour. You'll only have $45 an hour left over to build your staffing business, but that's about $100,000 a year, $1,800 a week. If you can keep them interim on billing for five CEOs, 5 executives on billing all year long at this rate, at the $111 an hour pay rate, $183 bill rate, then you're roughly making about $10,000 a week, $470,000 a year. You get your 25, you're at $2.3 million a year, $45,000 a week. Plus, you're at $1.1 million a year, so you have a $3 million staffing business. Wow! Okay, I know you're fired up. Oh my gosh, I know you can feel that energy. Yes, this is the numbers. These are the numbers that we're talking about. So when you're talking about strategy, you got to know your numbers and what you have the ability to create, what type of agency you have the ability to create so that you can actually go out there and bring your dream to life. Let me tell you, you can absolutely do this. You can absolutely do this. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, let's get it. Step 10, get help now. If you've done everything that I've said from step 1 through 9, believe it or not, you're about 15% set up with your business. You're not 100%, you're 15% set up. There are still a number of things left to be done before you can start calling prospective clients and candidates. I'm talking about compliance. If you're in the healthcare space, there are 21 to 43 layers of compliance that most staffing agencies aren't even thinking about. If you're non-healthcare, it's 5 to 27 layers. Don't forget your legal contracts. You need them reviewed. There are 5 to 7 legal contracts that you want to have on hand on a daily basis. Most people think it's only 1. Handbooks. You need handbooks and you need them done correctly. There are 2 to 4 handbooks that you need ready in your staffing business in order to be compliant right now. How many handbooks do you have and are saying that you're set up and ready to go? Back office and payroll funding. You're going to need to pay your internal employees, and you're going to have to pay your contractors and your temps. So do you have that set up? Insurance and taxes. There are 3 layers to that. Do you have, plus, depending on your niche market, what insurances do you have, and do you have them set up? You've got to build a team, right? And most of you are going to say, I'm going to do this on my own, which is totally fine. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be starting to build the foundation for you to scale from day one. That's what I teach my clients, so that you can build outward, right? You have to build a team, because no matter what you do, all the things that need to be done on a team have to be done, whether you're doing them all individually or whether you're hiring someone to do them. So if you have to do them individually to get your groove right around how the business works and all that from the beginning, then you're already setting up the infrastructure for your team. And that's going to include your recruiting and sales scripts, knowing your interview questions, right? Having your technology set up, and all of the emails and the scripts inside of the technology beyond, not just outside, but inside. Having your automation set up and so much more. All of those things are going to be needed. But once you do all of these things, then guess what? You're now 50% set up in your staffing business, and there's still a little bit more to go. There are a lot of coaches out here telling you all you got to do is legalize the business and your business is set up. That's lies. That's lies. You're being gaslighted. Okay? If you're setting up a multi-billion-dollar business, you have to know there are layers to this business. And in 9 steps, I just gave you the golden ticket, because many of you are going to go out there. Like I said, you're going to do this without a coach. And I'm so sick and tired. I said it. I'm so sick and tired of people out here starting a business and not going to school for it. It's like if you're a doctor, you went to school for it. If you're a nurse, you went to school for it. If you have a real job, one that really creates impact, you got some type of learning and training for it before you did it. It is crazy how many people are here starting a business and are not even saying, let me invest in myself, my future of my business, and let me hire somebody to help me to make sure I do this right. I don't know who you are, but I'm telling you, I'm creating this video from you in the most authentic way. It's scary to see people starting businesses without getting help. I love Texas. I'm there all the time. My largest market is in Texas, not in Georgia. It's Texas, California, then Georgia. And I want to see you get this business set up and set up the right way. The market is growing. I don't care if 500 companies are laying off. 500 more companies are going to be growing and are going to need help. Okay? I don't care if the economy 100% falls. In order for the economy, or 90% falls, that 10% has to live. And out of ingenuity, we will create the other 90% again in some way via commerce workforce. I need you to get your mind right and to start thinking about what's right for you and your business. And what's right for you and your business is getting support and setting up this business. So you should be right now on the phone, 866-432-8801. You should be on the phone right now. You should be clicking that QR code to get it to schedule an appointment, or going to the website to learn more. And if you're not going to use me as a coach, go find one, okay? But when you go find one, make sure that they didn't start their coaching business during COVID, because they're not a real coach, okay? COVID was a fluke. So if they started during that time, run. If they're telling you to put staffing in your name, run. If they're telling you not to use an applicant tracking system, run. There are people out here that are really, rigging their ATS system. I have a client right now driving me bananas. They pay me, but do what they want to do. No, I'm just going to put a jot form up. Craziness. It worked before. Why doesn't it work now? Why hire me? I digress. That technology is there for a reason, okay? The compliance. Do me a favor. Get your tech. If your coach is telling you not to get technology, run, okay? If your coach is an expert in the field, in the niche space that you're looking to get into. So for example, if you're going into healthcare and a nurse is saying, I'm going to help you start a staffing business. Logically, that makes sense. but you want someone who has experience in staffing, especially if you're already a nurse. If you're already a nurse, what do you need that experience for? You need someone who understands the art of recruiting, the art of staffing, who knows how to actually go in and run the business, who's been in the business for 10, 15, 20 years. You want someone that's reliable. Not me trying to sell myself. Listen, because I'm nervous. The compliance thing is a BI. You know what I'm saying? And then go beyond that. People are starting these businesses in such a wrong way that laws are being changed that don't benefit our economy, our staffing economy. So my passion here is to make sure you're doing things the right way. So if you could do me a favor right now, I want you to comment below, right? Is your business truly set up, or do you have more work to do? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. And if you're someone who is interested in starting a staffing business and you want to get support, we've got a number of programs where we can support you along this journey. If you are on a limited budget, we can get you started with one course that'll get you started, get you on your way. If you are looking for a little bit more of a complete program, we've got a do-it-yourself program where we go out of our way to ensure that your business is set up properly, the right way, with a full brand and so forth. Then we have a do-it-yourself faster and accelerated program where you get to spend time with me in addition to more classes and call reviews. Then we've got a legacy program where we do it with you, where you're like, Dee, you come out to me, spend time with me, fast track me on this process. I want time with you. I want to spend time with you. I want you to help me on this journey. That's when I get excited, y'all. I'll be all over the place too. And I love it. This is the program for you. And then if you're someone with some cash to inject in your business, I'm talking real cash to inject in your business, like $250,000, $300,000 or more, then you're going to want to go with our Done For You Bespoke program, because now you can have somebody do it for you. All you got to do is sit back, learn, and implement, right? So I can assist you with all of these. My team can assist you with all of these. And if this is the area you want to go in, if it calls to your heart, if you're passionate about it, or if you believe, yes, Dee, I know I can do this. I know it's meant for me to impact lives. I know it's meant for me to have a legacy, to build a legacy for me and my kids and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. Pick up the phone right now. 866-432-8801. That's my jingle. Call me, okay? Let my answer service answer. Call me, okay? Staffingpreneursacademy.com. Go visit or hit that QR code. Book an appointment right now. My team and I are waiting to talk to you. Let's continue this conversation in the comments. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.